Look, I know I managed to make it a morning commute at least once. It will happen again, but not today. Hello, everybody. Welcome to your Train Morning Commute. My name's SlowWolf. Let's go ahead and get this party started and see what we can do about that. Now, yesterday's daily was pretty smooth sailing. We got to a finish, and that's what I should be happy with, is being able to beat the dang thing. And if we can score points on top of that, that'd be solid. So, friendliness get endless. Potentially an issue, but it allows the Rector Flicker to do something different. Root Seeds is fine, your champion's randomly replaced, and Junked Up is not great, but can be dealt with. Okay, so we have a completely different champion. Let's see what happens. This ought to be interesting. We're up against Daedalus with Damage Shield, Fell with Rage and stuff, which is a problem, and Seraph the Diligent. He consumes your spells, and I think he's the one that adds a bunch of shit to your deck as well to make it more and more likely that you have to play him that way. Again, it's worth mentioning our guys are endless, and we have Tethys Titanbane to make that hopefully happen in a way that doesn't suck. This means that resurrection spells like Wicked Blaze are complete trash and literally do nothing, and are just as removable as the Calcified Embers. Advanced Prototype would actually be a solid get for us, because of the fact that we've got a bunch of creatures that, you know, can just come back. Making one of them just really, really good is solid. Tethys Titanbane with Frostbite suddenly seems a lot more interesting to me as well, just because he comes back. So if we can apply that and then, like, Sweep with Spell Weakness, that would be pretty solid. But even then, just basic Frostbite and a bunch of tanks tanking is pretty hot. 5, 10, 15. Yeah, you'll instantly kill him. So it doesn't matter where he goes, he's dead. You can go out here and you can go out here. Why not? Just have two of them come back next turn. Like, sadly, this first floor sucks because we just don't have access to Sweep. However, now we have interesting access to at least the Collector here. Okay. You're all gonna burn out, but you're all gonna die, and that makes me a happy man inside. You come out here, you go out here, I'll Hollow Drippings you, and then give you the Root Seeds. Okay. 84, huh? Now, we're only killing one guy up here. We can put another guy here, and then that instantly changes the math in our favor. And now we're killing everybody on that floor, too. Okay, great. Look, as far as I'm concerned, that's probably a win for us. Killing this guy on the first floor is obviously a huge deal, so I'm very pleased about that. And hey, it's a good start. We lost a decent amount of damage, but we could have taken a lot more, and I'm glad that we played around that. When you have access to Endless Entombed Explosive, suddenly makes a whole lot of sense. So yeah, let's go for it. And then out of these, none of them really scream to me as immediately helpful. The Razor Sharp Edge actually is, now that I think about it, because we have multi-striking dudes already. Okay, and then we come up with an interesting question. Do we go down the Merchant of Magic route, or do we go down the Remnant route? Let's go down the Remnant route, see what we find. And Paraffin Thug is actually pretty solid. Lady of the Reformed also offers us something interesting to the Dregs, to allow them to just survive forever and ever and ever. But I think the Paraffin Thug actually just does more for us. So let's see what we can do. Multi-strike one onto the Paraffin Thug suddenly makes him very interesting. Okay, adding 10 and 5 means we can actually get a tankier boy here. Let's reroll and see if we can find something maybe a bit stronger here. I like the plus 10 damage. Allows our Paraffin Thug to really start kicking it up a notch. And then the 25 HP. If we apply that to a Train Steward, it allows the Train Steward to actually be an effective tank. But I'd rather spend the 50 to remove cards that are legitimately just bad. You cost mana and keep coming back. Once I kill one of you guys off, it's great. I'm going to go ahead and remove the Wicked thing, because there's no other way to remove the Wicked Reformation other than to remove it through purging cards. So that's my thinking. Now, Aggressive Amulet, yeah, they do more damage. Sure. But have you thought about the fact the number of Fs I give is slip? Beautiful. Okay, you up here. You know what? Actually, hold on. Let's look at this situation. I think it's worth doing this, if only so we can do this. And now everything down here dies. And then I'll use you to get the Collector here, which is a bit more money, which is huge. Okay, now that I have the extra time, let's do it this way. Now, please give me a Train Steward. Thank you. Alright, so that changed the math pretty drastically, very quickly. But not enough to get the kill. Largely because Sweep exists, now that I think about it. That's a problem. But you're endless. So that should come again. And now the boy is super toast, which is great. And we got 20 money for it. So, like, lots of money coming out of us from that one. We're back up to 170 gold already. Draft makes a ton of sense. Wicklash is fine. Not great, but fine. I think that the draft here does have some form of use if I just go pure offense almost, but it's a weird one. Our deck is already pretty thick, and trying to thin it down should probably be my primary thing right now. Although it effectively just takes up the slot that a draft would. Raise Sharp Edge again? Nah, we don't need it. And Sharpen is largely helpless as well. Let's not pick it up. Vine Mama adds something to our deck in a big way. Having access to Stings, just residual damage, and the ability to just say, you know what, I don't care about your devouring of spells. I think that matters a lot to us. So let's go for that then. Now, we can either upgrade our spells or get an artifact. Now, we have the money to upgrade spells, but which spells? Right? We look at this. There's not many spells that I actually really want to upgrade right now. Wildwood Sap could potentially be helpful on a tank, but we don't have one. You know what? Let's actually go ahead and see. Do we get a tank out of this? We do. And this is an interesting one. I think now Wildwood Sap being useful here could be really, really handy. At the very least, reducing the cost by one would be huge. Reroll. Maybe we get lucky. Holdover. Have to reduce the cost of that to be happy about it. Weird situation to be in. I do think that Razor Sharp Edge has a purpose, but I don't think that Holdover does. We already have a lot of creatures dying right now, and that effectively means we'll never draw the rest of the cards in our deck. So I think that we reduce the cost of Wildwood Sap. That way we can at least play it, and then purge the next most useless card in the deck, which happens to be Calcified Embers. Every chance you get, you know what I mean? Don't abandon the run. We're actually in a good spot. Let's see what the Concealed Caverns have to do for us. Random Stygian, Hellhorn, or Umbra. Consumable card on top of that. So that could be the Rail Spikes, could be a variety of different things. Umbra doesn't immediately stick with me here. Stygian probably does. And Urchin Spines is interesting, but we don't have any spells to take advantage of it, and never will, because we're playing the wrong two things. So actually, we skip it and see if we get lucky. We did. Okay. Consumable cards. Alloy and everything could be in here. Umbra, not so much. Hellhorned, Imp in a Box. It's cute. Sure. And then the train collapses. So the Imp in a Box here is actually of interest. We'll have to see whether or not it turns out to be anything useful. But I do like it. It's certainly not bad. It does mean that we have a lot of imps running around, which is a funny thing to have. Okay, so you would die almost instantaneously just for existing. But not all of you. And I'll happily just remove this from my deck, so... I can't believe you're going to bomb him. How dare you. Alright, so, at this point... Thorned Hollow, give him the free regen. Now, up here, I'm going to spend 2 mana to put out the Paraffin Thug as well. Suddenly, we're making that happen, which is nice. Toss that out there. Lots of good money coming out of that Paraffin Thug now. Okay, he dies, he lives. That's probably fine. Down here, Infinite Box. See what we get. Interesting. What happens if I toss you out here first? Then you die and you'll come back later. Welder Helper could go down here. I'd almost rather put it up here to guarantee that we continue to get the things that we need, though. So I'll do that. It's the kill there that it needs. Get you slotted up to do some extra damage. And you would die. I don't want you to. So we're going to go ahead and do it this way. Okay, what happens up here? Okay, cool. You're going to die without help. I almost think I have to be okay with this, sadly. I'd rather do that there. Okay, now what about you? If I do this, one of you dies at least. The other one takes 4 damage. From spikes, I assume. What happens if I put you out there to die first? Then you live, get a chance to get out some more spikes and potentially be more useful. Not a bad plan. I'll happily do this, though, and then immediately use this to just remove it from my deck. Okay, over here you're dying, but then you're getting both the kills, and that's wonderful. Wonderful by me. You're dying now. I'm not even sure if keeping you alive is the right play, sadly. Razor sharp edge here. Okay, you're both dying, so I might as well do that. What about up here? Okay, we'll just poke this instead, so that way everybody down here dies. Let everything else slide. Okay, final wave. You do 9 damage a tick, so like that's not going to help as much as I'd like it to. Do that, toss that out there. And we're going to get ready to protect you with this damage shield blowing as much as possible. Okay, decent amount of damage. Dude should die here. If he doesn't, I'd be very, very, very impressed. And you know what? Just to make sure that he dies here, but he dies here by the right hands, i.e. the hands of this thug here, we're just going to let this happen the way that it is. Boom. Dude slays. Okay. Now. Ooh. This becomes far more interesting. Skip all those. And now what about my options? Now, extra energy here is going to absolutely slap, I think, for us. So let's go for it. So would extra space, but one definitely seems more interesting than the other. If we go down one route, we can get more creature upgrades, which seem interesting, but I have the creature upgrades that might be considered necessary. On the other hand, we can remove 2 cards, do some other stuff. You know, we're gonna go down this route. Not because the Remnant Banner is necessarily gonna be helpful here. The 10/85 extra gold is like neat, but more importantly, getting this guy bigger and thicker with extra spikes to begin with is pretty solid. Endless is literally useless. Reroll 5 and 10. Decent amount of HP. Now, where the quick ends up being helpful is on the draft. So then I can go ahead and give him the +10, and now suddenly he's doing 40 damage as he comes out. Beautiful work. We need to start getting rid of these calcified embers. They're taking up too much space. So I'll spend almost every dollar we have to make sure that our deck is a little bit thinner. Now, Frostbite 20 and 30 damage is no joke. This dude absolutely can slap and start killing bosses all on his own. Applying spell weakness would be cute. It's the sweep that's interesting to me. The sweep means that we can kill a lot of little guys all at once. I almost don't want to, though, because of our Paraffin Thug. If he can get the kills, then that means that we're making a lot more money, and money is power, friends. So, Spikes 4, though, indicates that we'll be casting that Paraffin Thug quite a few times every game. Oops. Put this boy out there, put this boy out there, and put this boy up here. Why not with this? Why not? Put you there, and then, yeah. It's some degree of money, at least. Yeesh, only one of you is dying, huh? I think we're going to play it like this. And then... yeah, you're dying, so it doesn't really matter. Can't draw another card. Tough call, man. I think we sting. Yeah. Yeah, we let this slide as is. Okay, we put the Paraffin Thug out again. He's getting only 1 kill this time. Not where we want to be. Root Seeds. Cool, now he's getting 2. This guy's living. That cannot be allowed to stand, so everybody here is going to go out to kill him. My friend here is barely alive. And everybody's dying. Okay, we're going to immediately do this. Put out this one. Sting here. And I don't want to play Dregs. Like, I really shouldn't want to. Outstanding. We're going to put out the Paraffin Thug again, because he does do damage. Out of you guys, you can blow up. Cool. And I got a Woken Rail Spike for 2. It sort of worked. Not well enough. I'm going to just get this out of my deck. Okay, cool. Okay, I'd rather my boss didn't die for no reason at all, so we're going to go ahead and do this. Sting, Sting. This floor is toast, sadly, so we're going to go ahead and Calcified Ember, remove it from the deck. Where did you come from? Alright, well, we have the mana to get rid of them, so that's good. If we put you out there... That's not looking great. Ow. Okay, 2 more self-mutilations we have to get rid of. Okay, but you're dying up here. That's good news. Turns out that Frostbite dude does a lot of damage. Like a ton of damage. Okay, good. Good. Sting spells get plus 20 magic power. Nice! Remnant Host is interesting. We don't have the cards to really make it super kick off. That could be cool. I'm going to skip it, though. I'm going to skip it. Bramble Ash is actually powerful with the character we have. Focus Growth, I think, though, has the most potential to actually keep the boy alive. Considering that we have not enough heal spells to keep him going. So, yeah, we're going to go down that route. And then you put me down the route where I can pick up 2 artifacts. And I kind of have to say yes, because it also allows us the Unstable Vortex to remove the Calcified Ember, and then look at the rest of our deck and go, you know what's not very good? Dregs. So we're going to go ahead and remove those. The free artifact... Apply 5 to the front armor. These are not necessarily amazing artifacts. Extinguish. Okay, so... Enemies... Friendly units gain Extinguish apply armor 5 to the friendly unit. That actually is very potent. We can make that actually work to our advantage. And then, when a friendly unit dies, apply 10 to that unit. That works so good. Okay. I'm seeing potential here. Ah, balls. You got multi-strike and then the boss is sweeping lifesteal. Ugh. Big, ugh. Alright, out you come, dude. And I know you're gonna die, but we're gonna do this anyway. I'll put you up here because that's the way that this whole world works. And I'm gonna double root seeds because I can. Alright. So you can go here. You can go here. You now have 40 attack. It's a lot of attack. Let's go ahead and put that exactly where it is. It's a lot. How much damage are you taking? Not enough. And now we're not killing the stupid thing. Shame. We're not getting the Collector this time. I don't think mathematically there's a way to do it. Tethys, I think, is fine where he is. I am going to go ahead and protect this boy here as much as possible. Now, the good news is, because of the random imp we got, and the fact that it has, you know, the ability to just return on demand, we have just a permanent HP increase, which is, like, solid as hell. If you come out here, then we get the kill, which is nice. If you come out here, that's great. Now, the Paraffin Thug, sadly, we can't put anywhere. So we're going to have to just wave it on, which feels real bad. And hope that we can find it again later. You didn't die, huh? Things are getting a bit hairy here, folks. Especially because this dude doesn't have HP. Now, what I can do, and I don't think this is necessarily smart, but what I can do is this. Then apply both of these up here, because it doesn't matter. You have sweep, so you're just going to kill everything and put down anyway. Might as well do this. And now you're actually taking at least a little bit of damage. Put out the sting as well, and now you're taking all the damage and dying. Fantastic. I gotta remember, these things do damage, dude. Okay, put this out there. Cool. You're still alive. Excellent news. Why don't we do this? Awoken Rail Spike for 7, which is pretty huge. Focus Growth is going to keep you alive. Razor Sharp Edge allows me to kill you, which allows you to come back next turn, which is pretty big news. Because then I can actually put another bunch of shielding on him, which will allow him to really mess up this Harpy man. Evidence? He's already dead. Sting. Sting. Yeah, deck works. Turns out that the Imp was an excellent pick. Okay, yeah, you take Pyre Wall every time, just to at least ensure that you get everything you need. Revenant Host is interesting, but again, who cares? Spreading Spores, huh? Healing spells cost -1 on this floor. Cute. I'd be tempted to, but Spreading Spores is actually super, super worth it. Now we go down this route. Why? We can Unstable Vortex and away another 2 creatures. The dregs here make perfect sense. And I also should probably be removing the consume spells, but at least the consume spells go away once you play them. Double stack. Region 10, Region 4, Spikes 4. Oh, oof. We have the energy, man. It's not perfect, but I'll take it. Plus 10 magic power makes focus growth just heal a whole lot more. Okay, cool. We are out of money, sadly, but that was pretty good. Now, if we can get another similar situation where the imp spell gives us a pyre imp, I'll be thrilled. Now, if you come out here, selling a variety of different things for dying. Give you this. Put you out here. Put you out here as well. And suddenly, Bob's your uncle. We got a good goalie that gives us money as well. Cool. We're going to put you up here. Okay, so spreading spores here would be really cool, but I'm going to go ahead and Awoken Railspike first. And it was a beautiful plan. Why? Boink! Problem solved. You can go over here. We'll use this to get rid of it, and then, yeah, a solid beginning. Okay, you've gotten through, though. Okay, let's do an imp in the box. See what we get. Hey, Pyre Chomper's solid. I think we have to do it like this. Get out the Pyre Chomper. It'll die, but it'll come back. Sting you. You have Sweep, which blows. Remove this from my deck. Not enough to kill this stupid thing, huh? You know what? He'll be back. Okay, get this this up and running. And now I'm starting to look at all these train stewards and thinking, man, I can't stop it, can I? Now, we do have some, thanks to Pyre Wall, we have an ability to stop what just happened, which was good. But now we're in a land of strange terrors. We need to somehow get through all of these baddies and call it a day. We are going to go ahead and put out the Pyre Chomper here, easily enough. We're going to go ahead and do this. Dailies do some extra damage this way. Put out the root seeds on whoever's going to be most useful on, which is this boy. You hit so hard. I want you to come out every turn. Okay, spreading spores, 100% goes out here, no problem. Pyre Chomper, I don't mind if you come out here and die. It's actually real good. You do 50 damage times 2, which is just absurd. We can do that. Now that boy dies. And then if we put you in behind, you'll die. That's like actually all well and good. And then down here, you're going to die again. I mean, like, I don't really care. Just put this one out here to deal with Fel when the time comes. Oof, big, oh man. Okay, so this one artifact, the resin block, I don't know how to tell you this, folks, but it's slapping super hard. Because, like, that's 120 damage right there. And then I definitely want this coming back every turn. Why will you not yet die? Okay, we're going to put you out there. Get out the spreading spores. Get out the spreading spores again. Now you're sitting on 31 spikes, which is just getting obscene. You'll die, and that's probably fine. But I don't mind doing it like this either. Alright, and we'll put out the draft again, because that amount of damage should never be underestimated. Seriously, holy cow. Yeah, I'll put out the Entombed Explosive up here as well. Okay, 957. It's not a big deal that we only killed you on the third wave, but it will be very easy to make sure that we continue to keep that up. So, ding, dong, ding. We're only taking like a little bit of damage here, which is stellar. Why? I actually don't have a good reason for that. The train stewards are now officially outliving their welcome. It's good to have one or two of them as like an immediate shield, but we do not need them. Alrighty, so easy 100 gold. Spreading spores we don't need. Bounty Stalker would be interesting if I could give him burnout immediately. Especially because he'll get his attack power super fast. But we already have one of those. It's a quick draft. that does the job, and it's really good at it. Now, I could go for extra space on each floor. I think that has some decent merit, but I'm actually going to go for additional card draw? Man, it's a tough call. Let's go for energy again. And the reason I say energy is because we do have an X-Cost card that is doing wonders for us, and I'd like to go ahead and continue to make sure it does wonders for us. Our creatures that we want to have upgraded are upgraded already really nicely, but this is the place that has free removal, and that's worth quite a lot to me. So, what are we going to do? I'm going to remove 2 of the train stewards. We don't need both of them. Unless if there's still a dreg. No, there are no more dregs. And actually, more importantly, hallowed drippings is useless. So let's remove that. Go to the Merchant of Steel. Give a large stone to somebody, huh? Yee, buddy! And then that pairs up super nicely with Vine Mama. Interesting. I don't think that it's worth it, though. 5 burnout, huh? Guarantees the Entombed Explosive dies every time it comes out. And then Heartstone. Putting that in Vine Mama seems to make sense. I'm going to go ahead and purge one more card, though. It's the Hollow Drippings. It's worth 150. Now, I think that the burnout might not be worth it. So let's re-roll. See if we get lucky. Okay, 5 and 10. 5 and 10 means that Vine Mama can actually, like, handle a tiny baby on every time they did come out. And Entombed Explosive is at least guaranteed to go off every time, which is good. It does not need to be attacked, which means I can just put down a 50 damage bomb. Apply Strike. Frostbite 40. That's a boss killer right there, as long as it lands. Let's see what we can do. Enemy units appear on each floor. Alright, we can handle this. The thing to remember is that these babies do 15 damage. This is exactly as much as I've got stuff up there, huh? Okay, you're gonna come out here. I don't mind saying that you're gonna do this too. Tethys is going to come out here. I'm going to use the Awoken Railspike immediately, which was, sadly, not the way I wanted it to go. I'm going to hold on to the Wildwood Sap, and then I'm going to go ahead and apply both of these and this to this guy here. And you know what? I'll use the Wildwood Sap here. Why not? I made some money back, at least. Ooh, not enough, though. Okay, so this boy has to come out now. Use the Imp in a Box. It's another Pyre Chomper. I'm a fan of this. I'm also a fan of this. Pyre Chomper can come out here. Give me some free energy and everything as well. You need to kill one of these at least. And put out the 2 of these boys. And suddenly we're doing at least a little bit of damage. Please keep living. I need you to live. Pyre Chomper here. No, wait, no, that was a dumb decision. Why did I do it that way? Oh no! Team, what have I done? One thing we could do is put out the Multi-Imp here. It dies. And suddenly we're in a very interesting spot. Especially because I should be able to kill him. Just by doing that. And now he's dead, and we get to just enjoy ourselves for it. You, on the other hand, get to make it to the top. With not as much HP as you'd normally like, is my guess. And my hope, really. But we played that wrong. We should have put the draft up on the top floor. We wouldn't have lost any armor if we had played it correctly. However, as the case is, we played it the way we did. That's fine. Put this out here. Lots of armor on this front dude, but he's taking a ton of damage too, and that's worth something. Now he's dying straight up. I don't mind the Pyre Chomper just kind of doing what he's doing. This is fine. The draft has no place to really go other than to die. I'm actually okay with him dying. Just to get him a little bit more power. We have so many things we want to do with this deck every single turn. It's a bit of a tough call to make. If we put out the Molting Imp, then Sting, you will get the kill on him, which is good. Which allows me to Spreading Spores here. Really trying to pump up the damage I can do with this boy. And I'll continue to cast him so that way he dies. Now, do I want to have a situation where I have more Train Stewards out? No, not really. Reef Respite, huh? Drawing 2 on the next turn would be super helpful. I will do that. Sting. We have no place to go but up with this. Root Seeds, the back one. Spreading Spores. And then I'll cast this so that way we get it next turn as well. And a little bit of extra armor on the front guy. Oh, the dude is toast. It is absolute toast. We have no worries about that. Might as well put him out there to make it happen faster. Yeah, game over, dude. Have fun. I hope you enjoyed being frostbitten for 80, 117, 150, 195 frostbite. The Tethys has his moments, okay? Tethys has his moments. Out of these, we can happily skip all of them. And then, drawing +1 per turn. Potentially spooky, but I do like it. It's a good card. And we now have enough money to hopefully even remove more. But I'm not going to necessarily be able to. Duplicating, let's hold off on the duplication for a second. Double stack. It's fine. +10 magic power. I mean, focus growth for 45 is maybe a little bit much. Reducing cost of Awoken Rail Spike by 1 is pretty solid. Rerolling. Holdover. I don't want to apply holdover on anything. Okay, reducing the cost of something by 1. Focus growth costing 1 is solid. So let's go ahead and do that. Purge a card. Removing another Train Steward, I think here makes good sense. Duplicating the Awoken Rail Spike, I think, makes good sense as well. Merchant of Trinkets. 2 units get +30 and burnout 1. Friendly units gain range 3 whenever they lose a stack of burnout. Does not help at all. Do I reroll? No. And then we move on to the next bit here, which is going to be a bit spooky. We want to get Vine Mama out as quickly as possible so we can put out a sting and then ignore the rest of the challenge, effectively. Which means we're going to have to do it this way. Infinite box. Interesting. Okay, Awoken Rail Spike says... Cool, at least that made things a little bit more interesting. Alrighty. Okay, Vine Mama came out. That's big. This came out too. Not so happy about that one. Put out the Paraffin Thug here as well. Put out the drafting behind, so we're doing at least a little bit of damage. Alrighty then. The front person gets frostbite so hard, it tends to be an issue. Now, we're killing you off, which is excellent news, but now these two need to go away. I can put you here to help reduce some extra costs. I'm happy to go ahead and stab here to make sure that you get both kills and that you are dying. Good news. Okay, we're going to have to deal with another one of those annoying things, but that's fine. Now, I could have put out the draft. That probably would have been a good plan in hindsight. However, that's not the situation we're in. So out you come. We have to deal with you. And now I'm going to Awoken Rail Spike. Cool. I think that hit all the things we had hit before. So, a bit sad about that one. It's fine, though. We'll deal with it. Out you go. Cool. So we're doing some damage. Lots of frostbite at the very least. And now, because of the amount of regen this dude's getting, we are at least managing to be okay. The Transcend Imp here does come out and just do Molten Imp again. Remove the 2 Vengeful Shards. We can't really afford to take that damage right now. Happy to do this. Happy to do it like this as well. Sting to the front enemy unit here does help. This should help get a couple of extra damage out. Cool. Okay. Sting first. Everything dies. Perfect news. Spreading spores. We could focus growth. It's free. I'm happy to Molting Imp here. Because he'll just die immediately afterwards, which is good news. Which allows me to do this. I'll Sting here because it's fun and free to do. Okay, again, Sting first. Sting. Vengeful Shard, Vengeful Shard. We're not killing them anytime soon, sadly. We can certainly do some work. Spread spores. Focus growth. Like, okay, dude has cultivated himself into a nice, beautiful place where he's got 31 access to spikes in Region 17, which is really, really strong. I'd like the draft to come out. I like the Entombed Explosive. The Entombed Explosive does not need to come out, but I will put out the Molting Imp somewhere, maybe? Yeah, kind of has to. Put out the aggro seeds and then see what happens next. Final wave. Can we kill him? The answer's not yet. Sting. Now, this might help. Even this might help. Sadly, I think that's all the help we're getting. Let's go ahead and put out the damage we can then. Alright, we're not killing him on the 3rd floor. But we got enough frostbite that he should die on the 2nd. Look at this boy. Up here, you are not close to dying. We have to play this. Down here, we got spot for one more. Oh, look, it's you. And he's toast. We want to make sure you're dead for points, so let's put out the draft. And you're dead due to frostbite, so there's really nothing else we need to do. Because it turns out that stacking 232 frostbite's a great way to get a kill. Alright, so not the perfectly amazing finish we wanted, killing them early even, but we got 44,000 points. We won. We should be absolutely happy. That's a emote out of me, and I'm very pleased. Had we stack up against the rest of the competition, look, we should barely count it, but 50th place this far into the daily is not a bad place to be. Top place probably not even that much further ahead, 47,000 or 44,000. It's a tight daily at the top today. So yeah, I'm very pleased about that one. Thanks for watching. I hope you folks enjoyed yourselves. If you did, be sure to let me know. Subscribe, hit the bell for notifications when these videos go live, and I'll see you next time. Hopefully we'll be back on schedule tomorrow. But you know how the trains are in England. They always run on schedule. Am I right?